Okay, hello year one, back to our information text topic which we've been looking at, and today we are going to plan our own information text this week which we're going to write, and today we're going to start by grouping some ideas. I've come up with some ideas about frogs. Our topic's going to be frogs. I've come up with some ideas about frogs, and you're going to come up with some ideas about frogs, and you're going to help me group my ideas about frogs, and we're going to put them together to make like the best frog information page you could ever read in your life. Okay, so what do I mean by grouping ideas? Well, yesterday I took lots of notes about frogs, as I said, and I want you to help me put these notes into sections because they're all over the place. They're all jumbled up. I want to know whether the sentences that I've written are about what frogs eat, where frogs live, or their life cycle. Remember, we did a little bit about the frog's life cycle in science in autumn in our animals topic. Okay, so I'm going to give you some sentences, which I'm going to explain that bit in a minute, and you're going to sort them into 3 sections. But the reason we sort information, I must explain why. Okay, the reason we sort information is to make it easy to read so it all makes sense. If I was talking about the frog's life cycle at the same time as talking about what frogs eat, what they look like, random facts about frogs all together, it would be really, really hard to read. It makes sense if they're all in the same little section, okay? It would be silly to keep changing subject every sentence. Okay. In an information text, when you sort information into different subjects, you will usually see a little title telling you what it's about. So these little titles are called subheadings. So if you can see here, I have a page from a book about Star Wars, and it says, in Star Wars, lots of creatures live far, far away in space. This book will tell you about some of them. You will learn about Wookiees and other amazing creatures. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but this has a little section called Far, Far Away. So that's telling you what you're going to read about. Let's see what else. We've got some subheadings here about pirates. Okay, so who's who on a pirate ship? We have little sections. How many can you see? Well, I can see one here. This one's called Captain, Quartermaster, Cooper, Carpenter, Cook. Different jobs on the pirate ship are each in little sections called have a little subheading and then some little information underneath them about them. So let's read one of them. It says, Quartermaster. The quartermaster's job is to, he divided up the treasure between the pirates. Another one, Captain, the leader of the pirates. The crew voted for him to lead them. So there's lots of subheadings there, okay? Okay, now I'm going to read you some random facts about frogs, which you might want to remember for your information page, which we'll write tomorrow. And I've also set you another task on Seesaw, which is to do some of your own research, maybe on YouTube. And I've put some videos and some pages on there, which you can also have a read of, which might help you. So, frogs belong to the group of animals called amphibians. Amphibian means two lives. Scientists believe there are more than 4,000 different kinds of amphibians on Earth, including toads, newts, and salamanders. Scientists have found, this is another one, another subheading, the history of frogs. Scientists have found fossils that date back to the Jurassic period, so when there was dinosaurs over 140 million years ago. So frogs have been around for a very long time. Another subheading, where frogs live. Frogs are found all over the world and in every climate, so no matter what the weather's like, there'll be frogs, except Antarctica, because obviously it's very, very cold. And that's interesting because I'm going to be putting something about Antarctica up later in the week. They can be found near any fresh water, but they prefer ponds, lakes, and marshes. So frogs don't live in salty water, they don't live in the sea, they live in still water and rivers and things. They prefer ponds, lakes, and marshes because the water doesn't move very fast. They don't want to be in a really fast flowing river. If they're in a river, it'll be sort of a slow, trickly one. Frogs cannot live in the sea or any salt water. Another subheading up at the top, what frogs look like. Every different kind of frog has his or her own look. They come in many colours, patterns, and sizes. Frogs have very powerful back legs and webbed feet that help them jump great distances as well as swim. Frogs even use their legs to dig. I didn't know that. Certain frogs can jump up to 20 times their own body length in a single leap, so that's a huge distance, isn't it? Next section we have frogs' special skills. Frogs have very good eyesight. They bulge out of the sides of their heads so that the frog can see in nearly all directions. Frogs also have an amazing sense of hearing. You can often tell the difference between a male and a female frog by the size of their eardrum inside their ear. If the eardrum is smaller than the eye, the frog is a female. If the eardrum is bigger, if the eardrum is the same size, it's usually a male, okay? Life cycle of a frog. So obviously we did about this before in start of year 1. Frog eggs floating in a pond. These clusters of frog floating eggs are called egg masses. And we know that they're called frog spawn. Look at this. Frogs lay up to 4,000 eggs at one time. That's also a huge amount. Okay. Tadpoles hatch from the eggs and live in the pond. The tadpoles then turn into froglets. The body shrinks and their legs form. So we had frog spawn, tadpole, froglet. The froglet's tail shrinks, the lungs grow and the back legs grow, and then we have a full frog. Our next subheading called What Frogs Eat. Frogs are carnivores, which mean that they will eat meat. Small to medium-sized frogs eat insects such as flies, mosquitoes, moths, or dragonflies. Larger frogs will eat larger insects like grasshoppers and worms. Some large frogs will even eat small snakes, mice, baby turtles, and even other smaller frogs. I'll read you one more. Frog blood. Frogs are cold-blooded, like reptiles, which means that their bodies are the same temperature as the air or water around them. When they are cold, they will lay in the sun to warm up, and when they get too warm, they will jump into the water to cool off. Okay, so you're going to plan your things. So let me show you your sentences that you have. You have these sentences here. One, you have to read them, and you can cut them up. You don't need to write them. Maybe cut them into strips first, or you can sort them on the screen. Maybe you can come up with your own little code. Have a read of them and think, where do they go? So you've got 3 sections. You don't need to stick them in. You might even just write the name of the section beside them. You've got what they eat, where they live, and their life cycle. And those sentences all match up to one of those. Then you've got a final section, what they look like. Maybe you could do some of your own research for that because none of the sentences match up. As I said, there's also some links to some videos. You could also do some of your research for your frog information page tomorrow. Maybe learn about cool poisonous frogs, colourful frogs, cool facts about frogs. It can really be anything as long as it's about frogs. Okay, so hope you enjoy that. Last year's class they came up with some cool facts. We got the iPads out and things, so maybe you can do the same at home. Okay.